So we were sitting there, and I was sitting there the whole time, and all the hours went past. We were next to the last person the whole time in the courtroom. And we got up, he called his name, and I was still sitting there. He called his name, he got up. And the judge said, before you start saying anything, before your lawyer presents anything, he said, young man, I want to say something to you, talking to the guy. I've been watching you the whole time. I've been watching you. He said, I noticed that you've been sitting and you had patience in your sitting. And I watched those expressions on your face, and I could see that you don't show a lot of concern, a lot of worry. And I was sitting there, he said, who's the young man that's with you talking about me? And so I had to stand up and say who I am, where I'm from, what I'm doing, how am I representing him. And then it got forth to the case pretty much where his lawyer said he's in the Victory Drug Center, blah, blah, blah. And the judge said, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. Because I see what's here, and I see what you're facing, and I'm quite sure you know what's facing you. I want to hear from you. And he said, well, Your Honor, because he still was cool. He was off the street, but he was still cool. He said, well, Your Honor, he said, I'm going to tell you the truth. He said, I'm a free man. He said, I don't have no worry. I don't have no concern. I know what I did. I don't deny any of it. He said, but I'm a changed man in my heart. He said, not only my heart changed, he telling the judge that, not only is my heart changed, Your Honor, he said, but my mind is changed too. Amen. Judge said, now we had fasted and prayed for about 2 or 3 days before. Just straight fasting and praying. No water, no juice, no nothing, no absolutely nothing. Just fasting and praying. And he said, well, I've been watching you. He said, well, Your Honor, he said, even if I get locked up today, if you lock me up, I'm still a free man. The judge said, all right, now watch it. He said, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. There's no need to carry on further. He said, what's the name of that program that you're in? And I stood up again and told him what the name of the program is and what we represent and what we do. How we go about bringing forth deliverance through a moral fashion, trusting God, such and such, such and such. And he said, into the care of the Victory Drug Center, I give you 2 years probation. As long as you stay in that program and commit yourself for 2 years to that program. He said, I understand the program was out in a year. Now I understand you've done half the time. He said, but if you commit yourself to this program and let this lawyer report back to me, he said, I'll wipe your slate clean. You won't do 1 year in jail. And I'm here to tell you that there's nothing in the world like prayer. Come on, come on, come on. There is absolutely nothing in this world like prayer. So my question to you today, which will be my title as well, do you believe in prayer? Amen. Do you believe in prayer? You can go to the book of Acts, the 12th chapter. As I continue to thank God, I give honor unto my friend. And I mean that, my friend, my pastor, Pastor Champion. Thank God for him. I pray that he have a wonderful, happy time, stress-free time. Sister Champion, and his wife, my friend. To my wife in her absence, I want to give a special thanks to my daughter, Jordan Maya JoJo Hawkins. Amen. Amen. She came all the way from Rockville, Maryland this morning, actually further than that, to come to church with her daddy. Amen. To my son Isaiah, he's around here, he's in the back, trying to follow my steps. Isaiah Hawkins, hard spirit, but I asked him this morning, I said, Isaiah, I said, do you believe in the prayer? Do you pray? He said, yeah, Daddy. He said, I pray. I said, no, I'm not getting on you. I'm just asking you, do you believe in it? He said, yeah, I believe in it. I said, all right. I left him with that, so I got some more to give him a little later. Amen. little setup. It's a little setup. So, do you believe in prayer? See, we live in a time now where there's a whole lot of belief, whole lot of different beliefs. Some people believe in a one God. Some people believe in the polygod system, where there's many different gods. You'll see that if you go to places like India, where there's all type of different gods. You find yourself in some type of AA or NA or some type of program like that. Often they make reference to the God you know, the higher power, which we know can be anything. The doorknob can be your higher power. People believe in all types of things. Some people believe in capital punishment. Some people don't believe in it. Some people believe in same-sex marriages. Some people don't believe in same-sex marriages. Some people who believe in, as we say, the true and the living God. But then there's some that take on the role of an atheist and say, I believe that there is no God. You got some people who believe in the right to abort a child, abortion. And then you have those who they call pro-lifers, who say, no, I don't think and I don't believe in abortion. You have some that you have some people that believe in turning the other cheek. This is even hard for the Christians. When I said that, everybody's eyebrows went up and head went back. But then you have some who believe in an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You smack me, I smack you back. You step on my foot, I step on your foot. You shoot my dog, I will shoot your dog. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You got some people who believe that the Bible is 100% inspired by God. But then you have those who believe that no, this wasn't scripted by man, therefore it's full of errors. I love that challenge, by the way. I love that challenge. I love when people challenge me with that, about the Bible being full of error. By the way, King James was an alcoholic. Is what was the first thing they always told to me. King James was an alcoholic. I said, what that got to do with me? Amen. There's no book in here that said King James. King James didn't write any book in the Bible. That's right. King James was the king who took his ring and made a decree and stamped it and said, print this Bible. That's what he did. He wrote nothing in the Bible. Okay? All right, so whenever you had that argument, that's the first one you thought I would go. Amen. Now you have some who believes in, and this is trying to come back into play real heavy now, a communist country. The communists are trying to rule. Then you have those that believe in a democratic society. You have, now my personal belief, if it's worth anything, I think there's place for both. You may say, how do you believe that as a Christian? I'll tell you about that a little later. God has a way of using things that you don't otherwise think he can use. In fact, God used communist countries sometimes to put Israel back in perspective to look towards him. Sometimes things are so good and so easy and so pleasant for us, we close our eyes or turn our head from God and no longer look and depend on God. But when times get hard and when the oppressor begins to oppress, it causes us to fall on our knees and take our head back towards God with open eyes and say, God, here I am, help me one more time. God has a way of taking things and getting us back into the place of a prayer life. When it's real good and everything going real good, there's no need for prayer, no time for prayer. I jump up out of the bed, I go and brush my teeth and wash my face, put my clothes on. I gotta run out because I have a get God.
Come on.
But when business is slow,
Come on.
and when the economy is upside down,